What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Let's Play Ōkami. In the last episode, we explored Taka Pass with our newfound Gale power that we got out of the Gale Shrine after defeating the Crimson Helm, and took care of the last few side quests and treasures and whatnot that we could dig up there. And in this episode, I just wanted to get that really quick here in Nagata Forest, but aside from that, there's one other thing that is left for us to do here in Nagata, and it is a doozy. And I just bumped my head on a rock and got stuck behind another rock, and I couldn't see for a second. This side quest is completely optional. You do not have to do this unless you want praise. However, I want praise, so I'm going to be doing this side quest. Now, you've probably seen these balls rolling around, Agata, yada yada yada. There are 3 of them, 3 different spherical objects. And this, if you for some reason deem this necessary, is probably going to be the reason you hate ball pushing so much. This is a tad frustrating. The physics on these balls are horrible, and they get from bad to worse, depending on which ball you're pushing. But what we're trying to do, or at least the objective here, is to push these balls to the sleepy bear that is right up here. This is a completely optional side quest. It is specifically for praise, but I'm going to show it regardless, so that you don't have to do it yourself, but now you know what these balls are for. Or more or less this artichoke, or gigantic Brussels sprout. And yes, he went right back to sleep, but we do get 10 praise out of it. There's still 2 more to be had, however. So, next one, you can get upon defeating that Devil Gate, which is down over by, I always forget his name. Oh my goodness. Kokari's father. Man, that's going to bug me if I don't get this here. What is your name? Karude, that's what it is. Oh my gosh, I totally spaced on that. Anyways, yeah, it's down here. If you defeat this Devil Gate, you can get it, and it's this one right here. This one's a little bit worse. As you can see, it doesn't even really like to roll all that much, and we have to push it a lot further. So this one's going to be a bit of fun, and I would actually really like to get rid of you, even though I do have a P spell, so I shouldn't have to worry about that all too much. So this one's fun. But this one doesn't even hold a candle to the third one. You probably don't see the third one because it's not just lying around. It's actually in a very interesting spot. But what we're going to do is we're going to push these over here. And the worst part, the worst thing that can possibly happen to you is up on this final hill. If you push it off the edge. Now, there is a secret to not having that happen. You just want to make sure you kind of keep on the... You want to keep on the outside of the ball at all times so that you can keep it from rolling too far to the cliffside or anything, because if it falls, you're in a lot of trouble and you're going to be wasting a lot of time. So just keep it on the inside against the wall, hug it, hug it, hug it, and you should be, for the most part, okay. Not saying this isn't going to happen to me, because even I have a really hard time with this, but it's actually so far so good. Now the next one is the real doozy. So he'll take this one, same as last one, transfers to another ball, which he likes even more. Same deal though, and we're just going to get 10 praise out of it. Although I skipped the cutscene that shows it, and he just goes right back to sleep. However, there's one more that remains. Now, a reminder, this is completely optional. It is not even needed for the Platinum Trophy. You don't have to do this. I am only doing it to show you what it does. Up here is a beehive that drops like a freaking lead ball when you power slash it out of the tree. Whew. This thing, it's got some bad physics. Also, I missed a treasure chest, excuse me? Or a bud? This thing has some bad physics. And when I mean bad, like, it's really bad. First of all, it never stops moving. You cannot leave it, ever. You always have to monitor this darn thing, and it will constantly roll the exact opposite way you want it to go. Monkey, please move. This ball is a pain. Also, it bounces a lot, and it's frustrating and aggravating and all of the above. This is, by far, one of the hardest side quests. Like, I'm not even kidding you. One of the hardest... I am getting really sick of this guy. And I'm going to run right into the fight, aren't I? Totally am. So I'm going to have to manage this ball and take out these guys at the same time. So this is going to take some real trickery. Here. I got this. Don't worry. So you're dead. And you're dead. Alright, give me your demon fangs. I'm going to keep pushing this ball. Here, go out of the fight. No, leave. No, you're not wanted here. Go. Okay, quickly end the fight. Okay, thank you. Anyways, this ball alone makes this side quest one of the most difficult side quests in the game. Thank goodness you don't even have to do it for a stray bead. It's just for praise. But it is a slightly hefty amount of praise for this early on in the game, so if you want it, and you think you can do this pretty easily, by all means go for it, which is why I am going for it. This is not the only praise-only side quest that is completely, whoa, holy crap, optional that I'm going to be covering in this LP. I'm actually going to be covering a couple more, but quite a few more actually. In fact, I'm going to try to get every side quest knocked out, but this is definitely one of the more notable ones, as it is one of the most difficult. Okay, this is the tricky part, so just keep it to your side. We're almost there, though. In fact, I think we're going to get it. Yeah, I think we are about good. So just mind the bench, and don't let it roll off the cliff. And here you go. Now this one, we get a bit of a different reaction out of him for. Yeah, he's all happy and stuff. Finally opened his eyes, guess he really likes this sphere, and we get 20 praise out of it. So you get a total of 40 praise for doing that. So it's actually pretty nice, plus it is a resolved side quest, and a very cute one at that. But nonetheless, it is time. We have done everything that is just everything that is available to us at the moment in the whole game. So all that's left is to head over to Kamiki Village for the annual Moon Festival. I will see you guys there. Oh boy. Looks like it could start pouring at any moment. We might even be in for a storm. Now the whole purpose of this festival, I mean, well, there's a few purposes of this festival, to have some fun and whatnot, but we mostly want to get our hands on that 8 purification sake, and then Isun also wants to get his hands on other things. But I would love to see if that sake really packs the punch that the legend says it does. So let's hop down here and head on into the village. And if it wasn't nighttime before, it is now. That's what I call a full moon. Come to think of it, doesn't the Kamiki Festival fall on a full moon this time of year? Oh no, they're gonna finish off all the sake if we don't hurry. Come on, Ami, get the lead out! Well, that isn't ominous at all. What in the world is going on? There's like a bunch of people over by Susanoo's house. Okay. Hey, what's everyone doing in front of Susanoo's place?
You'll come out here this instant, Susanoo. You have some explaining to do. How could you have drunk the sacred sake meant for Konohana?
Wait, what? Susanoo did what? You can come out, Susanoo. We're not mad at you. Except for my husband clearly is. He must have had some reason to drink up the 8 purification sake. Oh. Wait. Are you kidding me? I like how they're like nodding their heads in unison with his bouncing. Why would you drink all the 8 purification sake?
I don't care if it's so special. I couldn't help myself. I just had to have a drink.
Drunken old man.
Well, it wasn't any old sake, and this isn't any old festival. It's been exactly 100 years since Nagi and Shiranui's great victory. We've even been blessed by a glorious full moon. How could you have done such a despicable thing? Leave me alone. I don't care about Nagi and his fleabag friend. I am Susanoo, the greatest warrior who ever lived.
There isn't a drop of 8 purification sake left? Susanoo was acting like a madman when he returned to the village. He drank all the sacred sake and then holed up in his house. All the sacred sake Kushi brewed is gone, and all that work she put into it too. Why do you have to go and do that? This is terrible. I mean, 8 purification sake is what saved the day in that legend. The timing couldn't be worse with the return of Orochi and all.
The dreaded Orochi. It's all my fault. I'm to blame for all your misfortunes. That's right, you fool! Do you realize what a fix we're in now?
I'm mixing up their voices, now without any secret sake.
It was I who committed that unspeakable act at the Moon Cave. It was I who brought Orochi back to life. I have brought utter destruction upon the world.
Oh, jeez. That's a bit of a heavy claim. Yeah, what is he talking about?
I'm sick of hearing about how I'm a descendant of Nagi. I wanted to prove it was all a lie by removing the sword. But the legend was true, and I've unleashed an unspeakable evil. And the curse consumed all of Nippon.
Oh. So in that opening cutscene at the beginning of the game, that was Susanoo.
I fled to the village out of fear. Then, I blocked its entrance with a boulder and hid underground.
How did you manage that, though, I must wonder?
After that, I tried fleeing here and there. But the gods would not leave me be. Ever they stared down at me. They let it be known that I'd never be forgiven. At least, not until I slew the dreaded Orochi.
Oh no. Tsukuyama was removed from the Moon Cave, vanished. But if what Susanoo said is true, that would mean Orochi's rite of sacrifice. Oh no. And in the legend it tells that an arrow would mark the house of a young maiden who was chosen to be the sacrifice. It also just so happens that Hayabusa, the original Hayabusa, foretold of an arrow that would kill Mushi on the night of the festival. This is no coincidence.
On the eve of the full moon, the eight-headed serpent shall appear, and the accursed arrow shall mark the home of the chosen maiden. It is exactly as the legend tells. If we don't offer the chosen maiden as a sacrifice, our entire village will be wiped off the face of the earth.
Oh god. Not Kushi. Susanoo, you're no coward. If the gods tell you to fight, you're the only one who can. You can do it. After all, you saved me, didn't you? I know you can do it. I know you'll come. At least someone has the conviction. And the faith. There's no way we can let her.